Say hey, Yellow Jacket football fans. Welcome to the 16th week and our final edition of Locker Room Predictions. And, folks, it is tight. Before we get into the standings, this is going to be a high school state finals edition. Then we're going to do a D3 quarterfinals match. We're going to do all four quarterfinals in the football FCS edition. Lots of Dakota schools, lots of Montana schools involved, and a local Georgia school. Then we'll have 5 NFL picks. All right, last week, I was lucky. I got 15 out of 20 correct. Luke got 14 out of 20 correct, and Coach Clay got 12 out of 20 correct, which really tightened things up.
It was a bloodbath last week.
I won't tell you Coach Clay's text message to me on how he described his ability to pick last week.
Right.
So leading the way are Coach Luke and myself at 212 out of 288, and one game behind is Coach Clay. And so as the guys made fun of me last week on how I made these picks, I don't know if they're going to make fun now, but it's going to be iffy. Joining us is Coach Luke Green, our Calhoun High School wrestling coach, and, of course, our football coach, Coach Clay Stevenson. Coach Luke, let's get started here with the high school picks. And the first one up on the list is the Yellow Jackets versus Jefferson.
And, you know, I like to sometimes poke fun at Coach Stevenson and try to pick the other team and mess with him, but I have some very bitter feelings for some things that happened in 2012. So I'm not even joking this week. Calhoun all the way.
Yeah, looking forward to getting down to the bends and playing a great program like Jefferson. Should be a good day.
I'm going to pick the Yellow Jackets also. The projected score by the Georgia High School Football Daily has Jefferson winning 26-19. I'm ignoring that. We will take care of the Dragons as the Yellow Jackets have that 10-game winning streak going into this. Both teams are 11-3, by the way, folks. 6A, Carrollton versus Grayson. And before you start talking, I got to make a pick here. So go ahead. Coach Luke, go.
So it's pretty cool for me is the head coach at Grayson I actually played with at Shorter, but I still think the Trojans get it done.
Yeah, I do too. Give me Carrollton.
I'm going to take Carrollton also. 5A, Hughes versus Milton. By the way, on the Carrollton-Grayson, they have that projected score as Carrollton winning 35-26. Hughes versus Milton. Milton is number 1, number 2 in a lot of places in the nation. They're 14-0. Hughes is 13-1. This is going to be a nice matchup. Coach Luke?
No, it's not. Milton goes 15-0.
I agree with Coach Green on that one.
I'm going to pick Milton also. Their projected score is 29-17. This next one is for 4A. It is Marist versus North Oconee. Marist comes in 14-0, number 1. They've been number 1 since late August. Against North Oconee, who's number 3, 14-0. North Oconee is, it's hard to say a 14-0 team's on a roll. They've been on a roll all year, as has Marist. What do you think, Coach Luke?
I've stuck with North Oconee the whole time. I think this is probably going to be one of the best games of the week. The week. Give me North Oconee.
I'm going to take Marist.
I'm going to take Marist. The Georgia High School has North Oconee winning 23-20. 2A, Burke County versus Carver Columbus. We are a little bit familiar with Carver Columbus from years gone by, and Burke County has been playing very well. Both teams come in 13-1. Carver is ranked number 1. I forget where Burke County is, but Burke County's been pretty good during these playoffs.
Yeah, they've been rolling. I still think Carver and Columbus takes it, though.
I'm going to go with Burke County.
I'm going with Burke County. I think Burke County can get the job done. A1, this is the higher division of 1A. Toombs County versus Northeast Macon. Oh, by the way, on a projected score, I don't have projected scores for anything below 3A. That's tomorrow's computer. Toombs County is number 1. They were number 1 in preseason. They are 14-0. Northeast Macon is 12-2. They're ranked number 5.
Give me the Bulldogs. Give me Toombs County.
I agree with Coach Green.
I'm going to go with Northeast Macon. They're the first school from the Macon area to be in the finals in 2 or 3 decades. I think Northeast might pull it off, I hope. A2, Brooks County versus Bowden. Coach, you and I watched Bowden in a scrimmage, I believe, at Adairsville early in the year. And we are familiar with Brooks County and how difficult it is to leave a stadium once you win a game. What do you think, Coach Luke?
Some more bitter feelings from a decade ago, but I do think Bowden wins this game.
I agree with Coach Green again. I'll go with Bowden.
I'm going with Bowden also. And our last
Quit
game,
cheating. Quit looking at my paper.
Our last game, 3A to A, it's the private school edition, and it is Hebron Christian versus Prince Avenue. Hebron Christian comes in with a 14-0 record. Prince Avenue is 11-3. What do you think, Coach Luke?
I'm taking Prince Avenue.
Yeah, I think Prince Avenue is a really good football team in a lot of classifications. I think they win the game.
I'm going Prince Avenue also. That wraps up our high school state finals. We're moving on to the college level, and we're going to start off D3. My favorite football team outside of Calhoun are the Mount Union Purple Raiders as they go to Salisbury, Maryland to take on Salisbury College. This is a tough one. What do you think, Coach Luke?
I think you were trying to influence my decision with our conversation before, but can't really find much other than just looking at the records here. I'm going to go opposite, I think, and I'm going to take Salisbury.
Well,
both teams are 12-0.
okay.
And Salisbury is ranked 1 or 2 spots ahead of Mount Union in the national poll.
Gotcha. I went to flip a coin, and I left my coins back at the field house. So I'm going to go with Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. It lands on Mountain Union.
I'm going to go with Mount Union also. I told Coach Luke before the game that the last 2 games Mount Union has played a different quarterback, so I don't know if the regular starter is injured or not. Hopefully the Purple Raiders can pull it out. We're going to move along to the quarterfinals in Division II, the FCS level, and you're going to notice a lot of Dakota schools involved in these 4 picks. Idaho at Montana State.
Montana State.
Montana State. Go with them.
I'm going to go with Montana State also. Incarnate Word at South Dakota State. I remember many years ago when our Incarnate Word moved up to the Division I level, and our son was the coach at Florida Atlantic University. He got to play then their first season of playing D1 tennis. But this is football. Let's stick with the real sport.
SDSU.
We'll go with Dakota as well.
I'm going to go with South Dakota State also. Mercer is at North Dakota State taking on the Bison.
NDSU.
Yeah, I'd like to take Mercer. Carson Griffin, I think he's not sure if he's a senior yet or not, but having a good year down there. But we'll go with the home team.
I'm going to go with North Dakota State also. And our last Dakota school, South Dakota, at UC, University of California, Davis.
South Dakota.
South Dakota as well.
I'm picking South Dakota also. The Dakotas ring well on our pick sheets. And moving along to the NFL, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Los Angeles Chargers. Let's see. Buccaneers 7-6, Chargers 8-5. Chargers are favored by 3, 46.5 points total.
I think the Chargers take this one.
I'm going to go with Chargers as well.
I'm going Chargers also. Packers at Seahawks. Packers are 9-4. Seahawks are 8-5. 46.5 points total. Packers are favored by 2.5 at the Seahawks.
Packers roll.
Go with the home team with Seahawks.
I'm going with the home team also, Seahawks. Buffalo Bills at the Lions. This is going to be a matchup. 10-3 Bills against the 12-1 Lions. The Lions are favored by 1.5. And this is a huge NFL total score, 54.5.
Shoot. I don't think I've picked against the Lions all year, so I'm going to stick with them.
Yeah, I think they're going to lose eventually, but they're rolling right now. Until they do, we got to roll with Detroit.
I like the Lions also. Steelers at Eagles. Steelers are 10-3. Eagles 11-2. Eagles are favored by 5.5. 42.5 total points.
Give me the Eagles.
I'm going to go with the Eagles as well.
I almost went with the Steelers, but I'm going with the Eagles. They're at home. And finally, this team really needs to get off the mat. They've lost 4 in a row. We're talking about the Dirty Birds. They're at Vegas. Vegas is 2-11. They've been eliminated for the playoffs. This is a Monday night football game. Falcons are favored by 4.5, and the total points is 44.5.
And I think they get it right this week. Give me the Dirty Birds.
I hope so, too. We'll go with the Falcons.
Yeah, if they don't win now, I'm not picking them
That's
ever
right.
again this year. I picked the Falcons also. Folks, we really thank you for listening to our broadcast, and we hope that your picks are better than ours. Any final comments?
You forgot the Commanders Cup.
Oh, my golly. Thank you very much.
We did.
Thank you very much. Let's pause. We're still here. This is the big game of the week, the Commanders Cup. I blew right by that. Thank you, Coach Luke. This is both teams are.
I was trying to be subtle with it.
Oh, I missed out of the corner of my eye. The Commanders Cup, Army versus Navy. This is being held at Prince George's County, Maryland. That's the home of the Washington Commanders, and this is a big one. What do you think? The Army comes in ranked what, 22nd in the nation?
They've only lost one game. I think Navy slid after their Notre Dame loss. I think Army takes this.
I agree. I'll go with Army.
My dad's going to roll in his grave. I'm picking Army too, but it wouldn't surprise me if Navy pulled one off. I'm going to pick Army. Now we are done with our picks, and we finally ended up with the Commander's Cup. So thank you to Coach Luke for making sure I didn't gloss over that. We hope your picks are better than ours, and thank you for listening to Locker Room Predictions.